Alrighty, guys. In this video today, I'm gonna tell you whether or not you're gonna really stick to yourself in regards to being committed to getting this top 1% physique. A lot of guys they say they want. Let's be honest. A lot of guys say they want this top 1% physique. They want the V taper. They want to get lean. They want to get sub 15% body fat. But nobody ever does it. That's why it's called the top 1%, because literally less than 1% of the population actually obtains this physique, and it's so sad, bro, because it is completely obtainable. The only thing you have to do is change yourself, change who you are, which is fully within your control and is fully possible, okay? And, I'm going to go ahead and help you guys soul search and, you know what I'm saying, give you guys the mindset you really should have when approaching it, okay? A lot of us, when we want to get in shape, we just want to get in shape all just so we can be accepted by others, all so we can be validated by others. Okay, you just want to get in shape just for the attention, just for other people to notice. And if other people notice, then you're gonna feel real good about yourself, I bet. Yep. A lot of us want to get in shape because they're like, oh yeah, once I get this body, then all the girls are gonna start choosing on me. Then I'm gonna start getting girls and everything like that. Yeah, yeah. You're not wrong for thinking that way. Yeah, you are partly true. But if you're coming into it with the approach of, hey, I'm doing this so that I can reach or get something out of it, you know what I mean? That's what I want to do. So tell me, how long do I have to lift? How long do I need to go into the gym until I can get abs? How long do I need to do this until I look like that? And then once I get like that, you're going to stop doing what got you there and go back to living the life you always used to live. See, when I get out of questions of how long is it going to take, how much, or you know, or tell me how I can get shredded while not changing the way I eat or changing the way I live life. Tell me how I can do that. So all everybody's looking for the short excuse answer, or the answer where it keeps them at themselves they're most comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Give me the body without me having to do a lot of work. How long is it gonna take? How, because if you tell me something crazy like a year, then I know for a fact that I'm not gonna go all the way. I'm not even gonna start because it's not important enough for me to do it for a year. Tell me I can do it in a month. Tell me I can do it in a few days. Tell me I can do it in a few weeks. Tell me how, like, keep it short so that way I don't have to really entirely change. Just get this added benefit. I just want to get a good body. When in all actuality, the body is a representation of who you are. You got to think highly of the body. You got to think highly of it. You have to approach it with that mindset. The body is literally an exact representation of who you are. How it is presented is an exact representation of who you are. If you're a guy that likes eating bullshit, that doesn't like to work out, your body is going to look like it. If you're a guy that just likes to eat junk food, your body's going to look like that. Your body is a representation of who you are and what you do. That's why you want to get a body, is because people that have a body, it comes off as attractive. Why? Because it's an indicator. It signals other things. It signals who this person could be. This person's disciplined. This person has attention to detail. This person can commit. This person has discipline. This person has confidence. All key attractive traits. The only way that you can get that body is if you are the person internally. You have to be disciplined. You have to be attentive. You have to be attentive to detail. You have to be consistent. You have to be committed. These are all things that you must obtain internally if you want the external to reflect. So when you say, how long? That lets me know that you're not willing to change. You're just willing to change for a certain amount of time period, get what you want, and then go back to doing the bullshit that was keeping you away from it. You don't even realize it. You're thinking that, oh, once I change my behaviors for a little bit of time and get my body that I've always wanted, I'm just going to go back to doing exactly what I was doing before, but I'm still going to keep the body. What? Now, there are some people that say, at being in shape, I get to eat what I want, which is somewhat entirely true. But I got to provide the context to you guys. Guys, yes, I eat whatever I want, bro. I eat whatever I want, essentially. But I'm going to tell you something. I choose not to eat goofy shit all the time. It doesn't make me feel good. Yeah, I like eating sweets and cakes and stuff like that, but I'm not doing it every damn day. I may do it once or twice out the week. But what I want to eat is foods that's going to make me feel the best, that's going to support my training regimen, that's going to give me muscles, that's going to make me look good. That's what people mean by they eat what they want. Because if they do that consistently, majority of the times, their physique is going to look like they do it majority of the times. And when they say, yeah, I have a cheat meal here and there, and this and that, it doesn't look like that because it's not majority of the times. So when I say, or when you see people say, yeah, I eat what I want, you see, is why? Is because they are choosing to eat a certain way. See, your standard for eating is low. Theirs is high. Your standard, you would eat fast food every single day of the week and you would think there was nothing wrong with that. I'm just letting you know, this person right here, after a week of doing that, they are going to feel terrible and they're going to be like, I'm done doing that. You're going to be like, no, this is how I like to eat and this is how I want to eat because it makes you happy. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Eat McDonald's, Burger King, all them fast food joints, all that. That stuff is chemically engineered to taste good as hell, bro. And I'm gonna go ahead and be a testament, bro, to it. I'll be honest, bro. I love those places as well. They are fire. I wish I could eat McDonald's every day, bro. But I don't because that is not the type of person who I am. That's not who I want to be. When I eat that type of shit, bro, I start to look like I eat it. And when I start to eat like it and I start to look like it, I'm not going to feel the best I possibly can be. What do I eat that makes me feel the best? Because I'm letting you know, man, once you get a hold of your diet and you can stay disciplined, bro, you're going to be very proud of who you are. You're going to love being that version of yourself. But I just wanted to let you know is that you have to change internally first before you can see the external reflect. It's completely spiritual. It's completely, this is how you manifest. You have to become the guy that's eating. I am no longer the guy that eats processed junk food and all that type of stuff that's no longer active. I'm now deciding to be the guy that works out daily, 5 times a week, that eats clean 5 times a week. I have my cheat meals from here and there, but I'm that guy. I'm choosing to be that guy and I'm holding myself to a standard and I'm governing myself to becoming that guy. Before I got in shape and before my body started looking the way it is, I had to first tell myself that I was this guy internally before it could manifest in the physical. I was doing the things that the top 1% physique guy version of me, the lean version of me does. I was doing that when I wasn't lean. I was doing that before I had muscles. I was doing that before I got the physique. I had to start doing it, and I had to believe that I was that guy already. Once I started conducting myself and saying, I am a guy that's in shape, I'm a guy that takes my fitness and my physique seriously. Based on if you were to look in 2016, I didn't look like that physically. But internally, I was him. I was that guy. And because I lived my 2016 that way, what did you think my physical 2017 looked? I'll never forget it, bro. When I had came back to school after a summer break, the whole summer, 3 months, I all I've been doing was just eating and lifting and working, bro. Those are my priorities. Why? It's because that's the identity. That's what who I wanted to become. That's what his priorities were. That's what my priorities were. And that way, when 2017 happened, I remember coming back from school, coming back to school after a summer break, bro. Everybody started leaving. I was like, dang, Josh, you got big. When'd you get muscles? When'd you become a... But I had to first I didn't, I needed to tell myself I was that person first. The reason why you don't want to eat clean, why you don't want to go to a gym is because you've identified yourself as somebody who does not do those things. You're a person that likes to eat what he wants, likes to chill, relax, just to be just like a person. You identify as a person who wants to be comfortable, which is fine. Being comfortable is fine. I can see why you want to be comfortable, because being uncomfortable is not comfortable. Being uncomfortable creates stress, creates anxiety. It's a harder environment than being comfortable. So that's what you have to identify as. You have to be identify as a guy that has a harder standard of living that most people can't live at or choose to live at. But because you held yourself to that standard over and over, consistently, over time, it's no longer hard. It's because just like anything in life, the more that you do it, the better you get, the easier it becomes. You may look at certain athletes and being like, dang, how are they so good at it? Because when you focus on one thing since childhood, on getting better and becoming a master at something, every single day you stay consistent while other people are not doing it, you're showing up and you're doing it every single day, you're going to become a master at it to the point to where it's not even difficult for you anymore. It's easy. Things that's difficult and extreme for other people is easy to you. That's the life I'm living at right now. People look at me like, how are you able to do that, Jai? Bro, it's because I didn't lower the standard. I've said this is who I am, and I am going to be this person by any means necessary. I'm going to hold myself to becoming this person. I am this person. So when I identified as that person, I stopped doing goofy shit, bro. I had to chill on the fast food. I had to chill on putting my focus on chasing women and wondering what they doing and what they got going on. I need to say, I'm a person that asks what I got going on. Am I obtaining my goals? Am I becoming the person who I want to become? I no longer want to be in a position where I feel insecure, where I feel inadequate, where I yearn for people to be around me or to accept me, and I need their friendship because their friendship gives me certainty, gives me ease that somebody loves me because I don't love myself. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be by myself because then my thoughts are going to take over. My thoughts that constantly remind me that I'm inadequate, that I'm not enough. And the reason why you're having those thoughts is because you're sitting idle. You're not moving. You're not being productive. You're not pouring into yourself. You're not putting no work in. You're just letting life pass you by. You're not doing. All you're doing is thinking. So, bro, I don't know how else to really put it. But when I tell you guys, if you guys want to get a top 1% physique, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, bro, your actions are based in your identity. If you identify as somebody that's greater, that has that top 1% physique, you'll get it. Once you do the things that that guy does, it'll manifest in the external. But you first have to tell yourself that's who you are on the internal. And the way that you prove yourself that that's who you are is by following it up with action. By saying, yeah, this is who we are. This is what I do now. So this is normal. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, this is so hard. I don't know if I can do this. What do you mean you don't know if you can do this? This is what you do. This is what you do. Oh, I ate clean the whole day. I didn't get to have my Twinkies. I didn't get to have my honey buns. I didn't get to get my Pizza Hut. I didn't get to eat none of that. This is going to be too hard. Versus the person that says, this is what we do. This is who I am now. When I was this person, I didn't like all the things that came with it. I didn't like how I felt internally. I didn't like the way I viewed myself when I was doing that. I want to do something else now. I want to be this guy. I want to be that guy that's confident, that looks exactly how he wants to look, that looks good, that feels good, where life is good. How do I live that life? Tell me how to live that life. Oh, from the moment I wake up, instead of doom scrolling and getting on social media and consuming, how about I get up? How about I read? How about I not only am in the interest of bettering myself physically, but when you notice that you want to be a better person, you want to get better in all facets of life. So it's like, how can I get better intellectually? How can I get better emotionally, spiritually, the whole 9 yards? So I'm waking up, I'm living, you wait, it's you living life completely different because you are identifying as something different. Change who you are. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is who I am now. I eat chicken, broccoli, and rice from now on. I go to sleep by 10 p.m. I get 8 hours of sleep every single night now. I don't drink soda throughout the day no more. I drink water now. Instead of me buying a 12-pack of Mountain Dew, bro, I'm buying 36-pack of waters now. I want to be healthy. I want to feel good about myself. So this is what we do now. I'm no longer saying showing up to work or showing up or right before going to work. Oh, I wonder what I'm eating at work today. I wonder what I'm going to stop by and get. No, I'm prepping my food. At least the night before. A couple days before. Picking one day where I'm cooking all the food. See, your previous identity is, oh, I don't want to eat the same thing. Yeah, then you're not ready. Then you don't want it then. Really? I got to eat the same thing? You don't want it. You're not that guy. You're a guy that likes to eat. You got to have something different. And because you got to have something different, you're going to suffer the consequences of needing something different. Because you need something different, then go ahead. Go to the other options. Go to the processed food. Go to the fast food. Go to all those things because you identified as somebody who needs something different when in all actuality you don't. You can identify as the guy that eats what's necessary. No, I need what's necessary. What's in alignment with who I'm trying to be. So if you're saying, "Oh, I got to do all that. I got to do it," you're because you're not that person. Weighing my foods out, counting my calories, drinking water. I got to eat vegetables now. Yes, because the reason why that sounds hard is because you identify as somebody who does not do those things. And when you say, hey, I want to get that dream body, but how long is it going to take? You're just letting me know right then and there that you're just willing to do it just so you can get something out of it. You're not willing to change internally. And because you're not willing to change internally, it will not reflect on the external. So I hope this video helps, man. At the end of the day, bro, it's all on you. Lock in.